All right, everybody, welcome back. It is Drew and I here to talk about our culture. It's the culture episode. And today we are on core value number 2, positive energy.
Positive energy.
It is a Wednesday morning. We are used to doing this on a Friday afternoon, so we're going to bring as much positive energy as we possibly can on this episode.
We had a lot of coffee.
I haven't really.
No, I haven't either.
So, yeah, I hope everybody's doing good today. Let's just jump right into it. To me, positive energy, I love it. This is one of my favorite ones. I feel like I like to walk in the office and I feel almost stupid if ever I just walk in and everybody's like a zombie. That's not me. I'm coming in and I'm going to annoy the crap out of you. I don't care if you punch me in the face. I'm not kidding. I don't like being around negativity. It's draining. It's not fun. It's not productive. So to me, energy is culture and culture is energy. What do you think?
Perfect. No, so last week every morning I've been kind of groggy, honestly. And literally yesterday morning, I found a video about Steve Harvey. And it was perfect because I forgot we were going to do positive energy this morning. So I think it was like a sign from God to, change our mornings around. It was every morning Steve was waking up for 37 days with Steve Walker calling him. He's like, "Hey, Steve, good morning. It's going to be a great day." And Steve's answering the phone like, "Hello," like talking like, soft voice, morning voice. He's like, "It's going to be a great day. Let's get up. Let's get after this." Every day. And then at day 37, Steve woke up and Walker called him, and Steve's like, "What's up, man? How we doing?" And he got his positive energy throughout all those days that Walker kept calling him and waking him up at 5:30 every day, changing his attitude. And Steve's like, "Man, I've been doing it so wrong for so many years. Yeah. It's like I've been waking up with so many like disappointments in my life, and I'm mad at the world waking up, and I just don't start my day off correctly." So this morning I woke up and I'm talking to myself like, "What's up, Drew? Like, it's going to be a great day. Every day's a great day. Like, we got to get at it." And
energy is contagious,
it
dude.
Really is.
It's 100% negative, positive. The energy is contagious. I mean, it's law of attraction. When you're around the negativity, that's all it is. It's so draining. I mean, I think of the movie Trolls, where the trolls are, what are the bad people on Trolls? I don't know what they're called. It's just their town is so... That's what makes me think of negative energy. Yeah. It's just they walk around like zombies and they're just not happy at the world. And positive energy is just as contagious. I mean, think about that for how many days? 37?
Yeah, on the 37th day, he's like, "What's up, Walker? How you doing? It's going to be great." At 5:30 in the morning, like, who else does that? Like, that man cared about Steve so much that, like, Steve was, like, just lost his job. This is when he's talking about when he lost his job. He was unemployed. He was living on what is it, unemployment? Yeah, and he's waiting for every check, and he's like, "I don't need to be up this early." He's like, "Come on, Steve, why do you have that? Why do you have that attitude? I don't believe in you. Like, why are you so groggy in the morning? You got to get up and get after it." And Steve's like, "I don't need to."
It's interesting to think about because you may have a routine, you may have habits and stuff, but imagine how much better it would be if you had a good attitude waking up and doing that. But then again, you think like, I feel like those disciplines and those habits start to make you feel better. I mean, I'm on 75 hard right now.
Yeah.
And I feel the best I've ever felt on 75 hard. Because you're creating that discipline, you're doing those habits, and it's just, I feel great. I feel clean. I feel good. I breathe good. Like, I'm sleeping better. So it's just doing it, taking action and doing the actions over and over and over.
Oh yeah, simple, for sure.
So, and this leads into when you walk, I tell this to especially job fair younger people when they're going out for jobs. This could be for anybody. When you're going out to interview for a job, don't worry about the money. 100% do not worry about the money. Don't worry about the benefits that follows. Look at the organization. Look at the culture. Walk around and talk to some of the people. If someone, an employee, current employee that works on an organization, sits there and badmouths that place, run away.
Yeah.
100%. I don't care how much money they're offering you. I tell this to everybody, run away, because guess what? It doesn't matter the amount of money. You're going to be miserable. You're going to come home and it's going to affect your marriage. It's going to affect your kids. It's going to affect everything else in your life, and you're not going to realize it. So that's number one for me, is just when you walk into an organization to get a job, feel the energy. You can feel it in most places. Like when you walk in a place and you see just, if it's messy, it's unorganized, if the employees are just not greeting you, it's as simple as that. It's a restaurant. Like, go to a restaurant. I went to Wendy's the other day, and the guy on the mic was just monotone, and that to me, I catch that, and it matters to me. Like,
Yeah.
that's going to turn me away from your business. So just look at that culture inside that company. Feel the energy. Like, energy is right in front of you. Energy is what drives us through life,
Right.
negative or positive.
Yeah, when you're, especially at a job fair, like, I mean, you don't really hear people badmouth their company, but look for the buts. Like, oh, we have good pay, but some of the things that I don't agree with, or but like, oh, these days get long, or like, we have good things, but like, you should just be positive about the whole, like, your job. You should be in love with it, and waking up every day and like, okay, I'm not going to my job. I'm going to do what I love. And that's living life and, not worrying about the money, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure. I mean, I'm one of those people that just wants to walk in a room and change that atmosphere, because I will admit, if I'm around a negative person or a negative atmosphere, I want to badmouth it and judge it and everything. But why let them drag me into their storms? Why not be the shining light that I can shed on them and see if they may be attracted to that? Like I said, attraction, law of attraction.
Yeah.
What you put into your head, what you listen to, what you talk about, like negative, positive, it's going to go that way tenfold, because the more you talk about it and attract that, that's what it's going to be. That your life is just going to be a wreck if it's just negative all the time. I mean, negative, pessimistic people, like, to me, I can't stand it, but I want to help them. I want to be like, well, let's look at the positive side of this. Because a pessimistic person is someone who always looks at the bad side of something happening. Even though it hasn't happened, I can't stand that. Mm-hmm. It sucks. Like, it sucks to be around. It's draining. So just, one, don't be that person. And two, just choose differently. You can choose. It's all going to come back to that same thing. The moment you wake up, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's you versus you. No one chooses your emotions. No one chooses your thoughts. Yes, they may be subconscious right now because you've created that belief system in your head, but you can choose to change it.
Yeah.
You can become self-aware and change. You first, you got to change your thoughts. You got to audit yourself, dissect all this. You got to get all the way back to your thought. Why am I feeling the way I am?
Yeah.
Why am I acting the way I am? It's because that initial thought that's created the belief. So you got to go all the way back to that and change it. That's on you. The moment you wake up, it's not on God, because guess what? You have to pursue God first.
Yeah.
You got to do that for you
to
be able to get that help from God, that strength from God. You have to constantly be pursuing. I'm on a 15-day, 16-day streak of the Bible app, and I've seen a world of difference in myself of just pursuing God. It comes down to that. Everything leads back to just pursuing Him. I know a lot of people don't stand with that faith right now. I highly suggest it. I'm not someone who judges.
It's not pressuring.
Yes, we all judge, but we're not perfect. That's the whole point of pursuing God.
The only person to judge is God. I mean, honestly, like you were saying in the Bible app, in the Bible, it says if you pursue God, He will talk back. Mm-hmm. But if you're not pursuing Him, there's rare occasions on when he will ever talk to you or give you signs or anything. Because honestly, you might not even know that it's Him. Mm-hmm. But my second part I was going to say is stop worrying about what happened yesterday. If you had a horrible day yesterday, don't let it affect your morning. Whenever you wake up, don't be like, it's going to be the same as yesterday, because that's not true. Yeah. You can change your future by waking up in the present and being excited about the day. It's going to be the best day ever. Even if it starts out rough, that's okay. That's all right. You got the rest of the day. How many hours you're going to be awake? Yeah. Till your head hits the pillow. Mm-hmm. You have so many opportunities to make it a better day.
100%. And it all boils down to you. You make the choices. No one's going to do it for you. So, kind of what would you look for in an organization? Some attributes other than just kind of draining. Maybe the culture is great. It seems like a good place to work. What are some other things you would look for a good organization to be around? Because I'm telling you right now, if there's a negative culture and it's gossip and that's all you ever hear, that organization's going to fail. Yeah. But it is on the leader. But you don't want to completely rely on the leader, because you can go into an organization as well and lead by example. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you go into that room of a bunch of negative people, you can be that light, you can be that leader by yourself. You can do that. Yeah. Some might not come with you, but if you can just change one person, that's a trickle effect. Because if they go change one person, and if they go change one person, and then they're all going to start seeing this together, you can internally change that. Mm-hmm. But if not, you got to run, because you don't let that drag you into that storm. So back to my question though, what are some other things that you look for?
I look for opportunities of growth, like Because if I were to walk into a company and be like, hey, I got positive energy and I can change a way you can, incorporate your people and how they can act every day. I want to be able to know that like I can grow into a position. If I can't grow anywhere and I'm still like being positive, like I don't see any progress with myself. Like you said, run if there's no change. Because if I can't, like if I'm not growing, no one else is going to grow with me. If I can't go into a leadership position with this positive energy, all my core values are hitting every day, integrity, everything like that. If I can't grow from that, then there's real no point of me being there.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to help you and you're not helping me back.
And the thing is, in life, you can learn from everything. There's no failures. There's no losses in life. You're learning. Think of it as that, because that company you're in right now, if it's a bad company, if they have a toxic environment, I hate that word toxic, but if it's just negative, pessimistic, like every little thing is the end of the world for that company, learn from it.
Yeah.
Take that in another organization, start your own business, learn from it. Like go install that in another company, in your own business, install that, learn. That is all life is learning.
Yeah.
And those are all your choices.
But I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if you were in a company where they're all negative, because if you were able to grow, you can be that entrepreneur that we were talking in the last episode, where you don't need to be an entrepreneur. You can grow that company within.
Yeah.
And I think I think the leadership, if they recognize that and they're good leaders, they will put you in the position where you can incorporate that in their company and get rid of the wrong people that are with that company so they can grow as well. Because I mean, every leader, every business owner wants to grow, whether they're greedy or they just want to see the good in their company. I mean, they want the money. So it's like, why would they not want good people, positive energy there? So,
and it comes down to the leader though.
Yeah.
If they're not willing to change, like I'm not trying to sound contradicting and saying, run from those companies, don't even get hired by them. But if you see any window of opportunity to help them develop, like they're willing to change, they just are so far in a hole that they think there's no way out, be that light.
Oh, for sure.
We cannot do life without people, period. Like you can't. I agree that I don't think you can do life without God, but like we talked before, I don't know where everybody stands in their faith, but at least do life with people.
Right.
I mean, everybody claims to be, I'm an introvert. Yeah, I've thought of myself as that before, but that's a label you've put on yourself, and you have now limited yourself. Like I'm not a positive person. I'm not a giggly person. I'm not like I don't laugh. I used to say that to myself. I'm pursuing excellence, obviously, for myself, and realizing like I've put those labels on myself, and it's limited me in the past. Like I put that in my brain that I'm not a positive person. I complain. I don't like change. I've said that to myself, and going through this now, I'm just like, it's a light bulb. Like positive energy is so contagious.
I think I am is the two strongest words in the English dictionary.
Sure, and it depends on what you put after.
You gotta label yourself correctly. I mean, your brain has been transformed into saying you're these things your whole life. So flip it and start saying better things about you, and your life will change drastically.
100%. And it's all comes down to what you invest your time, what you put in your mind, what you put in your mouth, your mind, body, spirit, social, like your relationships. It's what you put into it. And it's all comes down to your choice.
Yeah.
Stop relying on other people to pick you up and do this, because you hear the saying, someone can lead you to water, but they cannot make you drink. That's on you. So start taking action today, becoming more of a positive person. I don't care if you say you're an introvert, you can go out and do things to change that. You can go out and force yourself to talk people and become better. To get better at something, you got to do it over and over and over without stopping. That is the only way. And at first you might not see the results, but guess what? Don't give up. Like, do not give up. Keep going.
Yeah, I actually just had a conversation with one of our finance ladies that she was talking about her child, and I was saying, live in the moment, be positive in the moment of like, oh yeah, the glass could be half empty or half full. Your glass is full, no matter what. There's water in there. It could be close to being empty, or it could be close to being full, but there's water in there. Live in the moment with that water, and be positive with it, and embrace the moment.
That's a great point, because you think about it, it's almost like the only way to be positive is to be present.
Yeah.
And being present to me is being with God and living in that moment there. Like just being in that moment, like, because fear comes from is the future. Like you have fear of the future, anxiety, depression comes from the past. How can you be positive with that?
Yeah.
You have to, you have to redo that belief cycle. You have to, you. That is the only word that ever comes out of my mouth. And that is, if that's the only word I could say, if I had one word left in life, it's you. 100% you, on you, the rest of your life. Start making the better choices, start becoming more positive, change up your routines, and just go help someone else. Let it bleed out, become contagious.
And we're talking right now and we're making it sound kind of simple, which it is, but it's so hard to get out of that mindset of
It really
being
is.
so groggy and like, I don't want to do this today, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out of bed tomorrow. It's like, but it's so simple to where you'd be like, okay, I am this. I'm positive today.
Yeah.
That first step, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, we've all been there. It's very difficult to get out of.
Yeah. And I just learned from a book that I'm reading today, or it was yesterday, I read it. It said, all feelings are good. All emotions are good because God created them.
Right.
So feel them. Mm-hmm. And for someone who's more positive and in a different phase than someone, don't judge that person for being depressed, anxious. Don't sit there and say, well, just look at everything positive. That used to be me. Mm-hmm. Literally just yesterday I learned this. Don't say that. Don't go to someone who's in a hole, in a depressed mood. Like, that doesn't help them.
Yeah.
They just do not say that. Do not say, look at it positively. It's not. That's hard. That annoys them. It makes it worse because they don't know how. So show them. Just be the light. Don't say anything at all. Mm-hmm. Unless you can empathize with them and feel those feelings that they have before, which most of us have felt those feelings.
Yeah.
Think back to when you felt those feelings. What worked for you? For me, just show them. Lead by example. Get up and maybe kind of encourage them to be like, hey, let's go on a walk. Let's go get active. Get that blood flowing. Don't sit on this couch. Don't sit in this hole by yourself with these emotions. Let me be the light for you. Let me lead by example, because that's what someone did for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and the same thing with like your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend. If they're going through something like, and they haven't experienced like getting out of that, mindset of, oh, I'm anxious or like I'm stressed out. Like you said, you don't need to say anything. Like, I mean, I'm dealing with it right now. Like, I'm trying to be that positive energy with my significant other. But sometimes you're like, man, I really just want to help them. Like, I really want to give them all this advice, but sometimes they just want you to listen. It's so hard.
I see what you're saying, because we're a lot of, especially men, are problem solvers.
It is. Yeah.
And they want to try to fix everything, because that's me. I want to fix everything, especially with my wife. It's just like, she instantly, this is wrong. Okay, well, I'm going to do some research. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go back to what I've learned, and let's do this. Yeah. And that really kind of pushes her away and makes her more frustrated. So because they need to feel those feelings.
Right.
Feelings are good. Mm-hmm. Everything, God made everything. So he made these feelings. I mean, it's okay to feel them. Yeah. Like, don't instantly jump to like, that's negative. That's the devil. Like, don't just listen to him. It's not that simple. It's really not.
And just going back, it's you. Like, even if your wife or girlfriend or significant other are struggling, just listen and go back to your positive energy and go back to you.
Be the light.
And be that light. Yeah.
Be the best version of yourself, because you're not perfect. All our stories are so different. I just read this the other day and heard someone saying that someone may drown in 5 feet of water versus someone who drowned in 5,000 feet of water. Yeah. They both drown. Their stories are different, though. Mm-hmm. Their feelings are different. Maybe one's not as strong, but they're both done. Yeah. So it's just a figure, I guess. But yeah, like, overall, just be that positive light. Lead by example, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what people are saying, no matter how many people are saying. You have a choice to either invest into their storm or stay positive and true to yourself and have that integrity, like we've spoken the first episode. Yeah. Of staying to your path and your standard. Yeah. And just be that positive light. For sure. I mean, just be that person that people are like, wow, what is he on? What is he taking? Who inspired him? Mm-hmm. Who inspired her? What is she doing to make herself better? Yeah. Be that person. And you're no better than anybody else. You're not. Because you were there where that person was at that 100%, moment. So 100%. Just don't say anything. Lead from wisdom, lead from example, because those people may not know it at that time. For sure. So, yeah, that's about all I have. Do you got anything to add? No, I'm good. Yeah. So that core value number 2 is positive energy. Next time we will get into, what's the third one? Shoot, I haven't memorized them yet. That's bad. We'll let you know next time. But anyway, we are on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the podcast platforms. We're building some steam with posts and everything. So just follow us. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, just comment on any of those. Send us an email. I think
email is Kelby or Drew. Kelby is Kelby at Armcorp Inc. Armcorp is ARMCORPINC.com. Email us. We won't put your name on the podcast. We'll make it just unanimous, and we'll answer your questions the best that we can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't know everything, but we can help you get through some situations.
For sure. We want to be that positive energy for you. We're not always there at that point, but we're both actively striving to do that. So
yeah, don't be afraid to wake up tomorrow morning and do a little jump, yell, or scream something. Don't be afraid to scare your spouse or your roommate. Just
I don't know if I tried that. Just get out of it. I know it's easier said than done. But just simply go for a walk. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just get up and move. And that'll lead to, when your body's moving, your mind's moving.
Kick those sheets.
Yeah.
Get out of the bed.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, Drew, I appreciate your time today, and this was a good episode. I look forward to the next one.
Absolutely.